All right, here we are, the final day of 2014 BPAA Bowl Expo. Here we are at the trade show floor, and we have, let's say, one of the co-founders of BBBI and most noticeable Kids Bowl Free, Bruce Davis. Bruce, great to have you with us this morning.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So, what we've got is a warm outside, but nice cool inside today here.
Yeah.
Good bowling weather in here.
Yeah, so we're looking at probably 94, 95 degrees outside today. Probably 200% humidity. Here it's nice, comfortable, like being inside Tropicana Field, 72 degrees. No rain forecast for today inside here. Forecast. Anyway. So, we've been doing Kids Bowl Free for several years.
7 years.
7 years now, and we keep refining it a little bit. So, for those that have been under a rock for those 7 years, kind of explain the program, and still a while before school kicks back in. How can people get involved? I never heard about that before.
Well, are you interested in having me talk about from the bowling proprietor side or from the public side at this point?
Go for it.
Well, let's take the public. That's the most important. The bowlers of America and the future bowlers of America are what we are addressing here, Bill. There are 66 million children in the United States of America that are 15 and under. A very small percentage of those get exposed to bowling for a variety of reasons. There are other things doing, cost restraints, time restraints on families, all sorts of issues. And what you need in any industry or in any sport is exposure to the young people, so that they get started. A certain amount of them get attracted to it from one fashion or another. So Kids Bowl Free serves the general public an opportunity to take their children bowling for free in the summer when the bowling proprietors traditionally have more inventory available. And the bowling proprietors that are in the program, 1,080 centers right now in the United States and Canada, primarily line up to do this as a way to say thank you to the community for your past support during the busy season, and also as a way to expose their particular bowling center to their community. We have registered over the last 7 years, right now, slightly in excess of 10 million children. We're on track this year to register over 2 million, again, like we did last year. And incidentally, on July the 4th, we're going to be featured on the Today Show with Kathy Lee, Gifford, and Hoda, and we're going to be teaching them how to bowl and talking about Kids Bowl Free on a mammoth audience scale. We've been on Fox and Friends twice. We've been on NBC, Making a Difference with Brian Williams. So there's a lot of interest in this at the national level and the international level. They see this as a great outreach by bowling to help families have a good, healthy exercise at a low to no cost.
So you've got 2 million out of those 66 million kids in the United States. So there's still
room to grow.
The big under part of the iceberg to get to.
Yeah. Of course, in some instances there are children where we have no center at this point in time, but we are in every state in the Union, Alaska and Hawaii included, and we are in every province in Canada with the exception of Quebec, although we probably will be in Quebec next year. We just have to work out the French customer service angle. All the marketing materials are easy, but the customer service, because we deal with the families to make sure they're getting their passes properly. They want to sign an extra child up. We have about 300 customer service adjustments a day, 7 days a week, 5 people working on that.
So switching hats a little bit, going to the proprietor side, 1,080 centers right now, and we got, 3,000 plus bowling centers in the United States?
Well, that number also, that 1,080 includes about 72 in Canada. So in the United States, a little over 1,000 right now. I'm not sure of the exact number, but if you took the United States and Canada and you add it together, it'd probably be close to 6,000 centers, maybe a little shy of that. So we have pretty good penetration. Obviously, there are centers that run summer programs of their own, so there are other outreaches other than Kids Bowl Free by the industry. Most of the centers, probably 85% of the centers that have joined Kids Bowl Free have run their own program in the past, but now we provide the whistles and the bells, and we give them good communication avenues to get back to these people and offer them chances to join youth leagues, adult youth leagues, lessons, come to parties, have fundraisers, or whatever.
Yeah, because the digital side of it is now the bowling center has a list of names and contact numbers, emails, whatever they have.
Yeah, they have complete data on the children. They're registered. The thing the centers like is they don't have to be involved in the registration process, because before a child comes to the center, they're fully registered by an adult, typically the mother. About 85% are mothers. But the center gets the name, address, telephone number, and the email address of the adult, double opted in so that the family has given permission to be marketed back to. And our open rate when we get back to them by email is exceedingly high, about a little over 22%. And you're running about 8% nationally on email opens, and ours is at 22 plus. It's because A, we take care of the list, and B, because the bowling centers have been giving them, something terrific for free. So it is a welcome audience for the bowling proprietors to talk to about birthday parties or whatever all year long.
Yeah, because I think the number I've heard on people opening so-called junk mail is like 2 or 3%. So to be 10 times that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, but we still encourage operators to use direct mail and the telephone, just like in the past. Those are very effective tools. And email was, in its infancy, was more effective per pound, so to speak, than it is today. Direct mail is still doing well, and the telephone is doing well. So, but we do a lot of things. We survey the adults to find their interest level. Are they interested in parties, fundraisers, lessons, leagues, adult leagues, youth leagues? And they reply. We had 234,000 requests for program information last year from parents that are in the program. So the centers get their share of those, and then they can contact them by phone or by mail or by email, and hopefully maybe all three. And those interested people then should become customers.
Yeah, and obviously word of mouth is still the best form of advertisement. Mm-hmm. So for, let's say, a neighbor that has no connection with bowling, they're seeing the kid going somewhere every day. So the neighbors or the friend of the kid's like, where are you going? I'm going bowling. I bowl free. 2 games every day of the week, depending upon what the center conditions are.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, register. Come on with us.
Yeah, of course. Very, 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 very few people use this opportunity every day. Maybe none, but they have the availability. It's kind of like a insurance plan that parents can put in their pocket when the kids say, hey, there's nothing to do, and the parents can say, well, why don't you go bowling? So, but many of the parents join in and participate with the children, and most of them are brand new to bowling, and so it's an opportunity for the bowling center to capture some adults as customers right off the program also.
Yeah, because if there's not mass transit in the area, most 14 and under kids don't have a way to get to a bowling center other than an older relative or a parent. Mm-hmm. And last year you kind of handled that position very well of join on in.
Yeah, well, there are a few children in the neighborhood that can walk, but they're brought there by adults, and a certain percentage of those adults don't want to just sit around, and they join in. Of course, they're there primarily during the day. I mean, the big traffic for our centers with this program is from 10 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. These are kids. And it's a time when kids are hungry, and so centers provide snacks and beverages, and the adults join in also. So food and beverage takes a tick up. And it's a great chance for a bowling center to show that it's more than just bowling to the adults. I mean, they can show off their food service. If they have laser tag or if they have other items, they can show that all off and get traffic to it. And in many cases, the families are totally unaware of how nice the centers are today, all the things they have to offer inside. And many of them haven't been to a bowling center in 20 years, and they think of it as, the old style smoky place.
Yeah, cigarettes, guys that are just drinking a beer, hanging around there, the pencils, and I don't know how to add up and keep score, and they do that automatically. And now they got these things where I can't throw a gutter ball.
Yeah.
Well, this is a great deal.
Yeah, we only had them for 30 years, but it takes a while for people to get knowledgeable. But I mean, it's true because years ago I did a project, many years ago, and California was the first state to go non-smoking. And it was big news. I mean, it was all over everything. And the bowling centers were worried sick and whatever. Anyway, we had that law in place probably about almost a year, and I did some shopping center intercepts for Brunswick, and we'd go up to people and we'd say, do you mind talking for a moment? Do you ever go bowling? What do you think of it? And most of the people say, no, we don't go to those smoky places. Haven't had smoking there for a year, and it's been all over the paper. Oh yeah, we know there's no smoking, but in bowling centers too? So it's hard to break perceptions. I mean, it can take years and years and years, and to many people, that's still a perception.
Yeah.
So this program exposes people to the fact that it's not true.
Yeah, because you don't have to be that old to remember smoking sections in restaurants, the smoking section in the airplane. Like, well, what's that mean?
Yeah, just think about that. Well, that still exists in some countries,
Yeah.
Well, in any case, we're very humbled by our acceptance of our program. But what we do, everyone in our company, with the exception of one person, either has owned or operated or managed bowling operations in the past, or still does. And we meet every week and say, what can we do that will help the proprietor? Because we've all been one. And so we develop tools and assistance and things that we know at the grassroots level will help them. Likewise, we talk about what will help families, because we are researchers and marketers, and we study, family trends, and we have to make a fit. There's plenty of interest in youth league bowling, for example, but not for 30-week commitments. The children today do 8 and 10 session commitments, but they want to do a whole bunch of them. They don't want to drop bowling out, but if they don't have an opportunity to have a short session presented to them, then they have to skip it. So,
okay. All right. So, Bruce, great to have you back with us this year, and continued success with Kids Bowl Free and all the other programs that you're involved with. And say hello to Darren for us, and continued success. Great show today, and
see you in Vegas.
See ya. Absolutely. Oh, a website so that they can find you.
www.kidsbowlfree.com.
Can't be any simpler than that.
Thanks again.